What's up, YouTube? We got the Challenger here. Gotta change out this proportion valve here. So the problem with this one is it doesn't flow as good as we need it to. So the original brakes had a wheel cylinder in the rear with the drum. Then it looks like this, and it doesn't take much fluid to make this thing work. So with the new calipers, you're going to have a lot more fluid. You're going to need a lot more volume. So the new proportion valve gives us that volume we need pretty much. But it's pretty simple. Normally it's pretty simple. I tried to get the bottom line off, the rear line off the old proportion valve, and it broke. I'll show you out here in just a second. But you got your two lines in the top that come from the master cylinder. Then you got this back here, which goes to the rear brakes. And then you got one that goes to the front here, one goes to the front there. So pretty simple. And this little plug here has a wire attached, and it goes in there to your every time, right? It goes in there to your dash light, lets you know when you got a little problem with the brakes, or running low on brake fluid, or have air in your brake lines. But you see, I got these already disconnected here. I got that one broke loose. I just was working on that when you came out here, Austin. But it's best you use a line wrench on this thing. Zoom in on that. It's best if you use a wrench like this. It's called a line wrench. Keeps from rounding out them edges, especially on some old stuff like this. Could be a lot real rusty, and I'll show you here in a minute a good example. But yeah, you just take them all loose here. Just like that. And let me raise it up and I'll show you that one that broke on me. There's the end of it right there. Alright, so this is the line that runs to the rear here. But anyways, so that line goes into the bottom there of the proportion valve. Can you see that also? Right here. See that? Alright, so this is the other end of it. See, the problem with this was it was rusted. The nut was rusted to the line. Can you see that? So the nut was rusted to the line, so when I tried to break this loose, the whole line twisted. So anytime that happens, even if it doesn't break, it's weak. You done compromised it, so you need to replace it. So we're just gonna go back to the good line here. It's nice and solid, and we'll replace it from here on up. And you see there's a stud right here. See that? My finger on it. That stud right there. Yeah. So it goes through the firewall here. See this on this side? There's a nut right here. So once I get the lines off of that, that block, I'll take this nut right here loose, and that block will come right out. And then I'll bolt the new one on and hand tighten everything up in there. And of course, I'm gonna have to splice into the old line, which I'll show y'all here in a second when we get it. Jim just called and ordered it. I had a couple of them laying around, but they're all 1/4 inch. And this is a 3/16 brake line. What's up, y'all? We back. Got Cindy's car. all welded up here on the main supports. We still got the fender wells to do and the seams down here through here. But we're gonna get the car on the lift, make it a lot easier to do that. I don't want to lay on my back and weld upside down if I don't have to. So yeah, so pretty much what we'll do is all of that we'll be able to clamp with a pair of vice grips or some of these body panel clamps that we got, and which we'll work the metal with a hammer and dolly first to get it straight as we can, and then we'll clamp it, make sure everything fits right, make sure it looks right, and then we'll weld it all up like we did here, and that's it. I mean, hey Bobby, what we going, after we get everything welded up, and then we'll prime it, then seam seal it, or seam seal it, then prime it? I can't remember.
We're gonna
I'm the welder and
start
fabricator.
doing body work. Yeah, because I've already got all the panels ready as far as the doors, fenders, hoods, all already in primer. So we're gonna get the car to that same point in primer, and then seam seal it after we sand it. We sand it all, then seam seal it, and it's a whole process.
Yeah,
But it's coming together. This car had a lot of work done to it for something that was not supposed to have that much work, you know, which that's a pretty big job right there.
Yeah, for sure.
But we got a good strategy.
Yeah, we got a lot done too. A lot done on it. But like, it goes back to rust. If there's any kind of holes in it, real bad rust, it can't be sandblasted, we're gonna replace it. So that's what we did here. And then to have that damage where it had been crashed or whatever, which we didn't know about, it was hidden underneath a bunch of Bondo.
There's always stuff hidden under there, though.
Yeah. That's what we're doing today. Bobby's working on some bodywork type stuff. I'm up there doing a brake job.
I'm building a desk.
What are you doing? You building a desk?
Yeah.
He's building his dad's new desk.
My daughter can build desks.
But your daughter not here right now. She's in school.
Yeah, you should be over here welding this car
Actually,
together.
she's not in school because of they closed it down because of the coronavirus. What's up, y'all? So I got all the brake lines made except for this one. I just realized this one needed to be swapped out, so that's the factory end on it there. And it's too small, so I had to swap it out with this, which we have in stock. But this comes from the master cylinder and it goes down to the valve block. The other one works fine. I don't know why that one had an oddball fitting, I guess, whatever. But so right now I'm just remaking this one, and see how I got it going there. We'll cock that over, and then we'll make that bend there. This is that easy bend stuff that I showed y'all before. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it can bend real easily without a bender, never kink up. So if you make a mistake, you can always straighten it back out and redo it. But we got it mounted here. Valve block. I mean the proportioning valve. I call it a valve block because I used to work on diesel, hydraulic. But it's all the same difference. You all right? Yeah, I know that storm. So we got it mounted over here on the fender well. I'm gonna cut that off real quick. I'll be right back. You still recording?
Yeah.
Alright, so guys, what I was telling you before, we got it mounted here where the factory one was. It's not exactly in the factory location. The factory proportion valve there has a bracket built onto it. So of course that bracket ain't gonna work with this one. So I just bolted it to the firewall through the existing hole. But It's about an inch over. It's an inch closer to the back than that one. So I just had to tweak the brake lines a little bit. Whoever put these brake lines on this master cylinder, which I didn't do this, used the easy bend tubing, so I can still tweak them and everything without kinking. You don't want to kink, but I got my new line here. My new line here, I got it goes to the passenger side front. I had to redo it, so got it. It goes in the back here, and it
Spider on me.
you alright?
Yeah.
You're in all kind of pain today. But anyways, yeah, we got the bottom line in that I showed y'all earlier. Got the passenger line in. And now I'm working on the one that comes from the master cylinder. Goes here. Back down to there. You see that?
Yeah.
So I'll just go from. So this is pretty much the shape we need to get in that general area. But because it's moved back, I went ahead and made this one about 1.5 inches longer. And anytime you measure an old line and make a new one, you always want to add a little bit, because that double flare right there, once you flare it, it's gonna take a little of your length away. So you got to account for that. But I always make them a little longer than they need to be. That way I can always shorten it. So I'll just try to recreate this shape here. I'll find me something pretty close to that. I've got a piece of pipe over there I'll use, and I'll just wrap that around there, and get that buttoned up. But I ain't gonna bore y'all with all that slow pace stuff. I'll give you an update once I get it taken care of. But that's where we're at. As soon as we get this on there, it's ready to go. Of course, we'll bleed the brakes and drive her on out of here. And, got a few other cars that needs a lift. But all right, so we got it. I got it bent up here, and that's what it looks like. Of course, I added a little bit to it, so it's a little longer, which I wanted. And we'll go ahead and put it in, see how it looks. That's almost perfect. But you always want to tweak it, get it as good as you can, and hand start these nuts with your hand. Don't put no wrench on it till you know it's right. You don't want it cross-threaded. Because if you cross-thread it, you're done for. You have to start all over and then order some new parts. So that's it. I'll go ahead and button up the rest of the lines, and we'll tighten everything up and get it bled up. What time is it? pretty easy.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
Nah, I'd probably leave it out of the way because we got them springs. And we got to unbolt them springs. Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? We got the Challenger here. Got all the brakes done. Got them bled out. Got the brakes bled out. Had old Bobby over there. Pump them up real good. Checking for leaks. Everything looks good. I think she's ready to roll. Come back here. Had to do a little further. Oh, it's Jim.
What's going on? You're early. I had to go to the doctor. Blood pressure 182 over 23.
What is that, man?
That's good. 180 over 120 over. I was 123 over 82. 120 over 80 is perfect. So.
Stop and get you.
Yeah, stop. Got me some caffeine.
You should have drunk that before you went.
No, I couldn't.
They would have kept you overnight.
I know, right? I went one time. I went to the doctor. He's like, "We're gonna have to get you started on something." He says, "You're borderline diabetic," and I'm like, "What?" You gotta fast before you go, at least 12 hours. Well, I was so hungry that I bought a pack of M&Ms out of the vending machine at work and ate them before I went to the doctor. So my blood was like pure sugar.
I told you about the DOT physical I had to go take at PSC, and the guys in the break room messing with me.
Yeah.
My blood pressure shot up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. But anyway. But like I was saying, we had I had to adjust the e-brake a little further than just the screw up here.
Okay.
There's a look. I was talking to the camera.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Man,
can
I
talk to
just
the
need
camera.
a flashlight.
This guy's rude. He's interrupting me. Huh?
I'm not interrupting you.
That light.
This is normal conversation in the day's work.
Austin called it the normal conversation today,
Yeah.
not the.
So the transmission mount was loose. Adjusted the e-brake. It's all bled, but we can't drive it because it's raining.
Raining. Can't pull it outside because it's raining.
We can pull it outside, put it back in. We need to get
Next
that
door.
Mustang on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. But yeah, she's ready to go.
Yeah. We can put it next door, but we can't forget it's there.
Yeah. There's an adjuster in there. Get you a pick or something. Let it get in there. You got to turn that adjuster until you can actually. But you can actually see the pads right here. So.
I can find out when to beep it out.
I don't know if you get it on camera.
Good. I won't even take that car.
But anyways, they're adjusted. I'll show you how to do that.
I think it's over there.
These little
Yeah.
grommets here keep the dust out and dirt, debris.
Muffler take that kind of funky.
Yeah, I know. Here's the bolt that I had to replace. Austin. There's the bolt that I had to replace earlier.
That one was missing?
That one was missing, and this one was only about halfway in. The whole bracket was tilted down.
Wow. Okay.
But
Well, I hope
I
he
snugged
wasn't
up.
taking this thing out, wolfing on it too
Look
bad.
at here. I snugged this all up.
Yep.
And then sprayed it all clean with some brake clean and blew it all off with air. And see this right here?
Yeah.
That's where the leak is. That's new. I just cleaned it 15 minutes ago. So I think it's coming out around this pan gasket right here.
Yeah.
But I snugged it up, but it's pretty tight already.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go too abrupt.
Look at welds on this exhaust.
I don't know why they kept that going to the back. Why'd they do stainless? That's stainless
That's a
there.
T304 and that's aluminized.
And that's a fence post.
Yeah. It's a big fence post. Then it's got Volkswagen mufflers.
That yeah, that's what those are, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're from a '62 Volkswagen, the V6.
Then you got some old crimped together mufflers that'll blow apart the first time this thing misfires.
It's quiet, but it's like it was when it was, they weren't super loud when they were new, but
That sucks. That'd been the first thing I did. Straight back.
look at this. I hate this. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all that took was a couple more strokes with a piece of sandpaper. See the sand and scratches back
It
here?
looks like you didn't bend down far enough to even spray
He did.
clear on
He
the
didn't.
bottom
Nobody
of it.
does. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Painters and knees
Just gotta-
don't usually work.
Just a little.
It's true though. It's true. I mean, when we do it, we either put the car up high enough so we can get the
Yeah.
entire rocker, or it's on a rotisserie, and we
Yeah.
paint it on the rotisserie. So
Flip it any which way you want.
yeah.
Stand in
But
one spot and paint the whole car.
that kind of stuff right there. I mean, it doesn't show on the car. It's a gorgeous car, but it's
And
there.
it got second place at the car show.
Look at that there. I could probably put my fingernail in that and tear it right off.
Good thing that judge didn't see that at the car show
Uh-huh.
that day, huh? Yeah, it's
But-
like it looks good from here down.
Yeah, I would still drive it.
I mean, it looks good from here up. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd still drive
Terrible
it.
from here down. I would too.
You did a really nice job getting these on
I'm
all
sure this
straight.
thing will turn around
You got to
backwards
put these
quick.
on one at a time. When you put that decal on one at a time. I'm kidding. You don't really have to put them on one at a time.
They come on a plastic bag.
Yeah.
I used to do a little vinyl work, so I don't know why I didn't even think about that.
I had a '73 Rally Challenger that was yellow with black
And
interior.
it's got the posi unit in it.
Excellent.
This thing will get around
said-
on you.
Hopefully by the end of the week.
Cool. Okay.
And I said, I ain't trying to rush you or nothing.
Yeah, I was
but-
just checking. Yeah, in case the guy calls, I can tell him.
Right.
Sorry, my fish buddy alone, man. He ain't went out on his boat yet. Y'all already harassing him.
Hey, I'm trying to talk my old lady into buying a little boat.
I'm about to give me one, for sure.
That one I was telling you about?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking about getting.
I got a fishing boat.
Yeah, that ain't a fishing boat.
Sure it is.
That's a different kind of fishing.
Different kind of fishing.
Yeah, that's to pick up the,
Booby fish.
yeah. I guess
Bikini fish.
the bunny fish.
Bunny fish. That's it. Yep.
Bunnies, yeah. Little Playboy bunnies.
They don't swim though. They have a grotto.
I can see you driving that boat and then doing the video that we watched the other day. Fucking crashing in the fucking thing, dude, in a wake.
I love
Cigarette
that
butt
video.
could- I did a cigarette.
And they're
butt.
all just looking like, what just happened? What just happened?
That same thing happened to me on a jet ski. So if a wake boat turns in front of you and you hit that wake
Yeah.
at an angle,
Yeah.
you're gonna just slam into it and it's
Yeah.
gonna thrash you clean.
Buddy
It's
mine.
gonna snatch your underwear off.
Yeah, well, that dude was an idiot.
Trust me.
He was. You could tell just by looking at him even before he was going. He's like, look at my boat. Look at my boat. He's about to die.
That shit.
Why nobody on there was like, hey.
Yeah, calm down, dude. It's a little choppy out here.
can-
No, I had a buddy of mine.
You
We
talking
had a
about choppy? That life flight helicopter probably had to take all of them to the hospital.
Right. A buddy of mine had a
That
4th of July party. He had 2 jet skis. And we took off and we're ripping these jet skis around this lake, having a ball and stuff like that. Your body gets used to all the back and forth and stuff like that. Well, we go to the middle of the lake and stop. And I just fell off. I just fell off. He goes, what happened to you? I said, I don't know, man.
Well, those old school jet skis, the little 2-stroke,
Yeah.
the little narrow ones.
Yeah.
Once you come to a slow speed, you kind of gotta fight it the whole time. Your alarm's going off.
That's somebody calling me.
It's probably that little short guy that catches the javelin in the chest.
That's the music Austin likes to stand to
Yes. Yeah, that's his dance music. That's his jam.
in his office chair.
Yeah. Yep. That's Austin's jam. All right. Well, I'm gonna go do some more math.
I'm about to let this thing down and fire it on up.
Pedal feel good?
Yeah, real good. Super hard.
I bet this car's gonna stop on a dime.
I bet it will.
So
No
with the
leaks.
rain, we finally got something finished and ready to go out of here, but we can't take it out because it's raining. OW.
I did have to switch the sensor.
Did you?
I'm back out of that old one to get that wire to plug in. So
Okay.
it works. So
Yeah.
all good. Yeah, that wire wouldn't plug into the new one. That white plastic one that,
Yeah.
that you replaced with the.
Yep. Also, you took the old, you took the one out.
That's how you bleed your
Proportioning
proportioning valve. The air out of it. Or you can use a pick or something.
It was funny because I was reading that thing on it that said that if your back brakes go, that pivots in the proportioning valve so it doesn't all bleed out. It all bleeds out. It will all leak out.
Yeah.
But what this tool does is where your sensor
And you
is.
will crash.
Yeah, and you're going to crash. Yeah. This goes in and there's a pivot inside. You got the old proportion valve somewhere?
But I got something even better. A cutaway.
A cutaway view. Okay. Here, can you see this? Me drinking my malt liquor. This is your proportioning valve, and this is your brake sensor. There's a small pivot in there that when it loses brake pressure on either the front or the rear circuit, that pivot will turn and supposedly shut that circuit off, which makes, when you do a complete brake job, it makes bleeding it a little more difficult. This, you pull the sensor out, put that in, hold your pivot straight, problem solved. So we'll probably drive it, take it for a ride as soon as it gets sunny. It's been a while since I drove a 340 Challenger. Kind of looking forward to it. So that's it.